let me just say, Christopher Nolan fans will not be disappointed with this movie at all. The movie was pretty damn good from Christopher Nolan. I was a little bit more impressed than I thought it was gonna be. Yeah, this guy, he really is good at selling space travel. If you haven't heard about Interstellar, you guys definitely need to check it out. It is definitely a November movie must. You guys should watch it. Let's get into this movie and talk about it. It was very promising. When I saw it, I was like, this movie's gonna be great. I walked in the theater, I saw it, blown away. Absolutely blown away. And it was very impressive. And good job. Good job, Christopher Nolan. You impressed me. So this movie is about, you know, a theoretical future that humans will encounter, but I don't think it's too theoretical. I think it actually could happen if we keep heading the way we are towards farming and producing our food. It really opens your eyes towards farmers and agriculture. You know, we really take for granted food, and eventually when we run out of food, we won't be able to survive on Earth. And that's kind of a shocking thing to think about, you know, us running out of food. You know, we're the fattest country in the world, but it could happen. I mean, the way we're heading right now with farmers and, you know, the need for more farmers, it's very scary to think about, actually. Matthew McConaughey, he is a engineer as well, and he's very smart and brainy, and he really wants to show his children there's more to the world than, you know, the bad things, and he likes to have hope, and he likes to believe that there is, you know, future meant for us. You know, a tagline on the poster is, "Mankind was born here, it was never meant to die here." So he likes to think that we will go somewhere else as a species. Matthew McConaughey and NASA, they team up and they go on an interstellar travel, which is in wormholes and stuff, to find livable planets. They try to observe them. The downside to that is again, Matthew McConaughey, he has 2 children, you know, that are pretty young. He has a teenage son and a 10-year-old daughter, which is Murph, and she is a breakout star in this. She was in the Twilight movie. She played the, you know, younger, she played Renesmee. Mackenzie Foy did. Her face was like CGI'd onto babies. It was weird. And she was, you know, her character was okay, good in that. I mean, she's actually very promising. And Christopher Nolan gave her a chance and showed her in this movie, and I was like, they're having the girl in Twilight be in this movie, but when I saw this, I was not disappointed, because she actually is so talented, and she's a very pretty little girl. She's gonna grow up to do amazing things. I can already tell. I mean, from what she acted in this movie, I was blown away by it. But again, Matthew McConaughey and his daughter, they have a very close relationship, and it's a very beautiful relationship. I cried a few times in this movie. Right? Again, these performances were so stellar and top notch. I do wish though that they would have showed a connection more with Matthew McConaughey's older kid, because, you know, his son, they don't really have a bond. I think maybe it's because he's older and he's more grown up and he's not as sensitive as his sister, but again, I was losing a bond, and he was kind of a dick in the movie, and I didn't really understand why he was so harsh. That was one thing that kind of annoyed me about the movie. But there was also a crazy cameo from Matt Damon, who I love. Matt Damon, he plays this crazy doctor that, you know, is inhabited in one of these planets, and he's a psycho, but he's so good in this movie, and he's very dark, and I wasn't expecting that. And you guys, if you guys see it, you'll know what I'm talking about. He does some pretty shocking things. I love the twists and turns and the idea behind this movie. I liked the theories that it brought up, and, you know, the power that it brought up about, you know, love and finding the connections between love and distinguishing what's real and what's not real, and the truth, and, you know, very powerful meaning, very symbolic. The ending is very hard to decode. It's very hard to understand. Nolan has a way of doing that in his movies. He kind of is like, you're like, what happened in the ending? I'm confused. At least that's how I think. I mean, maybe I'm just stupid, but I really didn't understand the ending. So yeah, I think usually when I watched Inception a few times, then I kind of got what the ending was about. So yeah, I think you just gotta watch it a few times to really understand the symbolism and the reading in between the lines of it. Yeah, and then the inconsistency. Again, this movie, the beginning, I think they could have done a better job with editing. They could have cut out a few scenes. It did feel a little bit too long and dragged out in the first half. The second half, though, was very spectacular. You know, it's just a little inconsistent. It's a little bit choppy, and it's a little bit, you know, they just add stuff to, you know, to add length to the movie. And the tiger lily came in. Hey, you're bugging me. I'm making a video. You're bugging me. he doesn't care that he's bugging me. Isn't he cute? Oh, hey. He's a little brat. He got it in the paint. He stepped in the paint. I had to clean it off him. It took forever. And he still has it on his whisker. Yeah, you're a little troublemaker. You know that? They did a spectacular job with everything except for the ending and the inconsistency and, you know, one of the characters, which was the son. Other than that, it was a pretty good movie. So yeah, I'll talk to you later, bugs. Bye-bye.